Hello there everyone. Today we're going to perform an initial checkout on a interesting and really nice cordless phone. This is an AT&T model number 5471. The way how I got this phone is a little interesting. So my sister was going through a Goodwill that was right next to her. Well, it wasn't really right next to her, but it was near her where she was living. And she saw some phones and she said, "Hey Hunter, do you want any of these phones?" I was able to choose only one, but I saw this and this took the cake. So I told her I want that AT&T sitting there, the old AT&T. And so I waited about a month until she came down and she brought it. And now here we are. So let's go ahead and get to checking this out. This came with a battery I was not expecting. They are usually the weird 3-cell batteries. This is a 3 AAA cell, but it works just fine and it fits in the phone really neat. So let's go ahead and test out all the buttons and make sure they work. And yes, they do have 2 glowing LEDs at the top, which is pretty nice. That's mute. Yep, it works. What about the receiver volume? That works too. More page. And we'll hold it down to keep it paging. That works. And stop it, we just push off. Has a nice keytone to it. Has a unique charm to it, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and start our calls. For today's testing phone, I'll be using the CRL82212. So, here we go. That's a nice ringtone. The ringer control switch on the side of the base, actually. Flip that up, the ringer's off. Flip it down, the ringer is on. You pick it up, auto talk does work. Hello, hello, hello. See if I can put it on speakerphone. Hello, hello. Check, check. 1, 2. Hello, hello. Testing. Testing, testing, testing. And when it rings, the lights do indeed flash along with the ring. There it goes. It was delayed. Yeah, pretty interesting. Picks up. Now go ahead and call this back. Yep, that works. And now our call has been reconnected. Let's go into a DTMF test. And there's actually a pulse to tone switch on the base unit, and if I switch it to pulse, you'll hear a sound of analog transmission. Nice. And now if we dial, you can't just go click, 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 because then it's not going to work right. You gotta wait for it to finish. It's not right in my opinion, but we don't really use pulse style that much anyway on phones with touchtone capability, so it's a nice sound. Sounds good to me. And now let's go ahead and make an outside call. Call Topeka National Weather Service office.
Thank you for calling the National Weather Service in Topeka, Kansas. Please listen to the current forecast followed by a list of other options.
Now here is your National Weather Service. PM to 8 p.m. Friday.
Turn it down just a little. Seems to work. Put back on high.
South winds 15 to 20 miles. 5 miles per hour.
Doesn't sound too bad. Cups around the ear, nice. That's what we want.
Partly cloudy. Humid lows in the upper 70s. South winds 15 to 20 miles per hour.
The antenna is unfortunately broken. Half of it is gone. Should have the other half to it at least. Oh, and if we look on the back here, I forgot to show this, but got a little memory card there. That's a pretty neat feature. Just hides underneath that little slot. We don't have memory cards on the base. We can just have it flipped up on the handset. What does this note say down here? Important battery information. Charge handset battery a full 10 hours. And recradle handset nightly. And gently clean the charging contacts. So, there's that. And now, the last thing that we gotta do is we gotta record a testing message. And I'll do that with another 90s phone, with the Casio phone mate. The only difference is this was made in 1992 and this was made in 1998. So it's a good timeline for the two of them. Just thought I'd bring that up. Alright, enough stalling. Let's go ahead and record that message.
Hello, you have one message.
Hello there. This is a test message on the AT&T 5471 46 to 49 megahertz cordless analog or anatan, the telephone. The way how this phone can be held is actually a pretty comfortable type feel to it. Got a little bit of creaks here and there, but I like how the speaker cups around your ear. It's a very comfortable feel. And it's like it blocks the rest of the sound in the room, and it just gives you sound over the phone line. So, very neat design. I tried wall mounting this before. It wasn't much good luck, because I'll show you before the closing of the video. But it's a kind of a not so good design. But everything else about this phone is pretty decent. So that'll be all for this message. Thank you.
That was your last message.
So that pretty much about wraps it up for this initial checkout of this phone. And before I go, I'm going to show you the wall mounting design. As you can see, it does have the 2 screws. However, it doesn't have the little room for those wall jacks with the jack sticking out, as most wall jacks have. Like, they have had their plugs sticking out a little bit. For those phones, that just is a plug and play. And so that's going to be scratching on this, and so it's not going to be mounted on the wall properly. So, a not too good design, but the rest of the phone is just fine. So that'll pretty much conclude it for the initial checkout of this AT&T 5471. Thank you all for watching. Leave a comment if you have one. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more, everybody. Take care.